I'm going to carry on my little tour into, this time now going into Universal Studios City Walk anyway. I will pass the studios and Islands of Adventures as well. So this is the edge of International Drive. You saw just there, that's the Sheraton Four Points Hotel. And just over the road there, that is all part of Universal, those hotels over there. They're the new hotels, and there will be bus transportation to and from the park all the time. We'll see them on the way there. So here we go, round the side of International. This is all International Drive that I'm walking on now, and I'm going to be crossing the road here. There you go, we got the wonderful blue-topped IHOP there. That's nothing to do with the... unlike when I first came here, I thought it was to do with the iRide. It's not. It's to do with International House of Pancakes, and I've been in there a couple of times, and they won't just simply do pancakes, but of course their main food is pancakes, as you can guess. Yeah, I love these. We don't see these in the UK at all, but we see them all over the US. It's got a blue roof to it. That particular colour blue as well. Likelihood, and that sort of shape as well, is an IHOP. So now you know. Everybody in the US will know that anyway. So and that is another hotel, sort of that bluey sort of shaped hotel on your right in the background there. I think that belongs to Universal. I'm sure that's one of the Universal hotels as well. So I've forgotten the name of it. We'll say the name of these in a minute as we approach them. We're going to be making a right turn very, very shortly, which is then going to take us along Universal Boulevard. Universal Boulevard is, we are virtually coming to the crossroads of that now. So International Drive we're travelling down to, crossing over Universal Boulevard. Speaking of which, they are having a new theme park, isn't it? Epic Universe, and that's going to just come off of Sand Lake Road. So I guess there's going to be more bus transportation backwards and forwards to take you between the two parks, but it's going to be massive by what I can see from the artist's impressions, and also what I can see on the Google Maps and the area that it uses up. So we carry on down there. You'll go into the other part of International Drive, and if you make a left down there, I think you'll be coming to the Epic Universe. But we're just going to go to the older Universal Studios, as I call them. And no, I'm not going to be crossing. I'm going to be going up this way. That's it. There's not a great deal to see. Actually, it's quite nice. I say there's not a great deal to see, but there is quite a bit of scenery, really. It's more, it's less buildings that you'll see here at the moment, although you see them in the distance. So literally all I'm doing is really crossing over the I-4. There's just a bit of a long bridge, a long sort of hill that takes you over a bridge that takes you down to the other side, and you're really into to Universal. Now, a lot of people, they're either going to drive, they're either going to get the bus that will take you round to here, or if you happen to be close by and you happen to be here at the time and you want to walk, I guess if you can spend a day walking around a theme park, then you may not be wanting to walk to there in the first place. But if you've got a spare day where you like to go around and be a bit of an idiot like me, walk around with a camera, why not? On such a beautiful day, I mean, you can't resist it, can you, really? I mean, look at the skies here. And we're swathed with palm trees and other vegetation on the way as well. So there we go, we've got East I-4 there. There's several ways of getting onto it. This is another way as well. There's one of the buses there over on the just travelling there on my left. Here, those two little prongs sticking up with the stars in there, I think is Doctor Doom's Fearfall in the Islands of Adventure. And I think some of those buildings over the back there, almost those buildings over there, belong to the Universal Studios City Walk. So it's really not that far at all. It just seems it. You take one look at it and think, ooh, that's what I want to do. I think the hotter the day is, though, if you're coming into 90s and beyond that, there's another bus there. If you're coming into the 90s and beyond that, it will exhaust you more so. It will take it out of you. As you notice, you're not finding swathes of people walking up and down here at all. You'll come across one or two people here and there. But there's not many people that are walking. Most of them will either be in some sort of transportation, because these places are packed with people. So virtually all that you see over the other side, if you can call it on the horizon, are all Universal buildings of sorts. It's grown since I first came here. It was just Universal Studios that was open at the time, and they were starting to build the City Walk, which is great to go in. That's another little tour that's worth going around. Both day and night time becomes really magical, very colourful as well. And there's a lot of entertainment going on there. There's a lot of shops. There's lots of little restaurants, big restaurants. And lots of buttons to push here as well, so that I can cross the road, because you can't be sure. Yeah, I think. Okay, they've got the right idea really. If there's nothing coming up, I think it would be coming up this way, up the slip road. So here we are. We're coming off. We're coming over the top here of the I-4. So it's quite a bit of a long bridge. And then just on the other side there would be a slip road that will take you, for the people that are driving, straight into Universal Studios parking lots. There we go, we've got a fence here that... all that, I mean, that is that Volcano Bay water park over there. You can see the volcano, so you can see exactly where that is. The other hotels that are there all to do with Universal. And now taking the short walk over the bridge. It seems like it's longer, I think, in your mind, I think, and when you actually do it, you get to the other side, you think, oh, we're here already, are we? For something, do you see this ahead? That looks like an e-bike of sorts. I have no idea. Is it locked there? I have no idea why it's here, and who would leave it there, or why it would be left there. Is this one of these that you hire? No, I don't know. It looks like an e-bike. That's something else they have here as well. They have e-bikes for rent, and those scooters as well. You find them up and down International Drive. You find a lot of places in the UK will have them. And I have mixed feelings about them, because they can be quite dangerous. People could just... They're silent, and people just scoot along at extreme speeds past you on the sidewalks, the pavements. Yeah, and there has been one or two accidents down the line. Where else I've got the mixed feelings, I also quite fancied having one of the scooters myself, or an e-bike, but it's all the faffing around with it. The scooter I was quite taken with. They're quite big things. You could fix a camera onto that. It could take you for miles around at speeds. And they fold up. That's what I think I was taken to. But again, I'm looking at the problems that it can cause, and the other one is the legality of it as well. I think all the while you can rent one, you're all right, but if you actually use your own, I don't think it's legally to use, even though they're selling them. There we go. That road just down here to the left. That will lead you up to Universal Studios. That's a driveway up to Universal Studios entrance, and then it will take you into the multi-storey car park. And in that multi-storey car park, you'll have themes like Jaws, E.T., the Hulk, and things like that. And you just follow to that particular area, and in that area they'll be numbered there. So That's quite a good way of remembering. Just much the same as it does in Disney. You'll find it'll be themed in there. In the like in the Magic Kingdom, you'll find there'll be something like heroes and villains. So you're either in the heroes one or the villains, and then it's cut down into sections there, whether you're Peter Pan or Captain Hook or whoever. And then you have the tram transportation. It's like this train thing, this land train that will take you to and from the car park areas up to close points of the theme park itself. This is nice. Look at this over the side, these little lakes that you come across. And then well landscaped as well at the same time. And yes, it does look as lovely as this whenever you come over. It's nice. If it's a hot day, I will say one thing. It's not too bad today, but if it's extremely hot, coming over here depends. You might have a cool breeze, and if it's blowing in your direction, I'll say a cool breeze, actually, there's a breeze. It won't be cool. But once it runs over this water, you feel that cool breeze against you. But so there can be a bit of a warm breeze in there. You don't feel it until you walk past this area. And it's lovely. It's like nature's air. Well, it is. It's nature's air conditioning. And it'll cool you. But it's got to be, that little breeze has got to be heading in your direction. See what I mean about the palm trees? And another bus. Yeah, all of those are taking you into the Universal City Walk, and then it's up to you which park you want to go to. Or you may not want to go to the parks. You might just simply want to go to the City Walk itself. Hello. Or you might be wanting to go there to go to one of the resort hotels. And there's plenty of those. This is the biggest competitor now to Walt Disney World. It was much smaller when I first came here, and they were just building the Universal Studio City Walk, and it's really increased in size. A few things I miss in Universal, things that they had to begin with, where they actually had studio tours. I miss that. There were a few studio tours where you can walk around the sets. I think Armageddon was one of them. In fact, it was. In fact, yeah, I'm pretty certain it was, yeah. The other thing, Terminator 2 3D, that was a fantastic film show, and it's no longer there. It was one of the most expensive films to ever be produced. It was all done in 3D. It actually opened up into 3 screens at the very end, but it was very, very cleverly well done. You've got 6 robots that open up to begin with, Terminator robots. So here we go. You've now got signs pointing you. Oh, if you carry on further up there, there's another way of getting onto the Eiffel. So these are your parking for the theme parks, the City Walk, Volcano Bay, all down that way. What we've got in the middle there, we've got car ride app, yeah, buses, taxis, Portofino Bay. That's the other hotels as well around. And you can just see behind the trees there, you've got, you can see the car parking facility. It's quite a big one as well, and needs to be, but I think they're trying to cover it all up with trees so that it looks less unsightly, and why not? School bus right there in the distance. There, you can see that. So just keep following this trail. Anybody wanting to do this, however, anywhere from International Drive, especially down the lower parts of where most of the hotels are, go to the bus stop, heading north, on a Lynx bus, and it's a number, is it number 38, 37, 38? I think it's a number 38. Yep, it's a number 38, will take you directly to the resort. Didn't used to. You used to have to change over. You'd get a bus, and then you'd have to wait at the corner and get another number that would take you around here. Now it's a direct route that would get you straight up into the resort itself. So just look for a number 38 bus, and that will do it for you. I'm sure it's a number 38. Pretty certain it is. Number 38, yeah. If in doubt, just ask. There's enough people that will point you in the right direction. They'll know. Anybody at any bus stops, they will tell you which one to wait for, when it's coming. So, although I'm walking up here, I will get a bus back. Simple as that. And it will cost me no more than $2. So, there you go. You can't say fairer than that. And that's a Lynx bus, and that could very likely be a number 38. I didn't quite catch the number on that. So here we go. Nice little hint that you are now heading into Universal Studios Resort. See how they landscape all that lot of trees, and they've got the sign in front and specifically carefully positioned all these trees there, just to, although it kind of looks random, it's like arranging a bunch of flowers, isn't it? You can just either pop them into a vase and think nothing about it, or you get some people that have got a way of actually displaying them a little bit better. And of course this would have been grown specifically this way with this in mind, and it's quite nice, isn't it? It does stand out. You feel like you're somewhere special, which is exactly what it's about, and you are somewhere special. It's suddenly a larger sign than looks from the distance. We're catching up with these people now. They're waiting to cross. So yeah, this is still Universal Boulevard, and as far as I know, if you go in the opposite direction and carry on following the Universal Boulevard, although I think it crosses Sand Lake Road, and there's another part, Kirkman Avenue will also come into it as well. How it actually works and curves round will cover the other side of the new epic theme park, which is really something that's been that everybody's been waiting for some while. The pandemic actually slowed that down profusely, so when they restarted the work again, they more or less had to start back at a point where they did in 2020 instead of carrying on in 2021. They had to rehire staff again, people, to see if certain people that were doing it on the original project are still going to be able to do it, and those that can't, they've got to get new ones. So it's cost them a lot of money, that wait. There we go. See that bridge coming over the top of the road there? That is the walkway, the moving walkway that will take you in and out of the whole resort. So once you go past security now, and here we are on the right. We've taken the first glimpse of the car park where your buses will drop you off and pick you up, and that includes the Lynx bus as well for $2. So you'll have resort buses that will bring you backwards and forwards here. There'll be Mears taxis, other hotel shuttles and buses and things like that will also drop you off here and pick you up as well. So here we are inside the actual resort now, officially on site, and there's an escalator up ahead there that we'll be taking and going up. Once you get to the top of the escalator there, I have to switch my camera off because otherwise I'll get told off by somebody, because you're coming into the security area. Once you pass the other side of the security, you're all right. So what I'm going to say at this point in time is I will continue the tour around the park, around the city walk. Otherwise, in the meantime, that's going to be on my next upload. Otherwise, take care. Don't forget to subscribe so you're up to date with all my latest. And I will see you all very soon with the continuation of this on YouTube. Cheers, thanks, bye.